Family, welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh.
Hi. I'm Shaena.
Hi, Shaena,
Hi.
and welcome to the lounge. I didn't announce this stream or anything, and so
Not even to me.
I know some of you will get the notification and maybe come in at some point, and that's great. And if you come in, awesome. If you watch this later, just know that we love you, and I'm always glad to see you guys here at the lounge. So,
What do you want to talk about?
what do I want to talk about? You know what? I kind of want to talk about Superman Legacy a little bit because I'm seeing a lot of stuff. Can I
That's
just
the
say?
new one that's coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out next year, 2025. And can I just say something to my friends out there? You know, not just my friends, my colleagues, my fellow streamers, my peers, as it were. My mutuals. My mutuals. That includes even the people that don't like me, right? So that includes everybody. So my mutuals are. Listen, I get it. I feel the same way. I wanted Zack universe, the Snyderverse, to continue. If you all remember, and because I've been seeing a lot of these memories pop up lately in my memories things on social media, right? Of like all of our late nights, all of our videos that we did about restoring the Snyderverse. I mean, I literally had the hashtag in every thumbnail for like over a year, well over a year, almost 2 years, guys, because I believed in it and I wanted it too. But look, even as I have to come to grips with the fact that Tiff-tastic is not coming back to the Poindexter Lounge. And me either. So, what do you do with that when you realize that the thing that you liked is not going to happen?
Let's clarify. You weren't saying that you're not coming back to the lounge.
Yeah, I'm not
you were
saying
saying that she's.
Yeah, Tiffany is not coming back. At least not in that form.
She's not coming.
No, at least not in the Tiff-tastic form. Maybe later, though. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, I love you guys. McJC, what's up, McJC? What's going on? Hello. So, all I'm saying is like, I understand the want for the Snyderverse. I get it. I love those movies. You know, I grew up with Christopher Reeve. I love Christopher Reeve. Right now, on my phone, the background is Christopher Reeve in that like little moment where he goes. That's literally the background on my phone right now. So I love Christopher Reeve. I love pretty much every interpretation of Superman that I've seen on some level. Even the Lois and Clark, not Lois Clark, Superman and Lois, series that I'm not a huge fan of. I still enjoy it. Okay, and it's Superman, and I love Superman, so why wouldn't I enjoy it? And that's why I want to address this. Superman Legacy. It may not be what we all wanted. It may not, but now I'm seeing people like start to mock Superman Legacy, the DCE or the DCU in general. And if you're here, by the way, say hi. But they're mocking the DCU in general, and they're doing it because they're mad that the DCEU is not going to continue, and they want the Snyderverse to continue, and that's why we have the hashtags and stuff, Snyderverse on Netflix or whatever, whoever will do it, I guess. And I understand that want. I understand that need to want those movies and to want Netflix to make them and to want all that stuff. But in the same way, what's up, Anchorman? In the same way that if you go through a breakup, you eventually have to get to a point where you realize this is over.
What's done is done.
What's done is done.
Right, it was fabulous, but it's over.
Right.
There's nothing you can do
right.
about it.
McJC, exactly. I like Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher too. So it's just like for the very fact that Shaena and I are right here, right now, right? Eventually, you got to move on. What's up, Ted? Ted Clubber Lang. So eventually, you got to move on, and I feel like we need to do this. Nobody's able to take away Zack Snyder's Justice League from us that loved it. Nobody can take away Man of Steel for those of us who think it was a quintessential Superman movie.
Still is.
Right. There are a lot of people who don't like Man of Steel. I don't understand them, but you know what? They're entitled to their opinion as well. But if anybody tried to come after and destroy what I love, I understand, that a lot of us feel like, Warner Brothers, and we know that Warner Brothers has attacked, the things that we love, the Zack Snyder interpretations of these, which is weird because if you really look into it, Warner Brothers wanted to do Batman v Superman anyways. It was them who had the idea. Zack just made it happen, and Chris Terrio, wrote those movies. And so everything is not either Zack's fault or just Zack. Zack brings a lot of great people around him. Warner Brothers pushed back on it, because they got angsty because the second somebody started complaining, they were like, oh my God, our whole universe is going to go down, in flames. And, and they didn't let it grow. They didn't let it grow, and that's their fault. So I said we could be mad, be angry, be frustrated, want it to come back, even campaign for it. There's nothing wrong with campaigning for it. We don't have to be a jerk to people who are just like it bothers me when I see people, for example, who thank you. I'll read it in a second. It bothers me to see people though who dislike Snyder stuff, who will come into conversations where there's Snyder fans who are not being rude. Because there are those of us who are like that. Okay, there are those of us who are not jerks and are not like bringing up Snyder stuff in like literal posts of like people going to funerals and stuff. Okay, I mean because it's inappropriate. And so if I see somebody saying something negative to a Snyder fan, I'll call that out. But I think that the same should be said true about the DCU. Now I know everybody hates James Gunn, right? But can we stop being over the top and just acting like James Gunn is responsible for every negative thing that's ever happened to us in our lives, and every movie that we don't like, and movies that haven't even been written yet, and casting, and all kinds of stuff that's never happened yet, and we don't even know what the stories are, and we don't even know who Batman is, for God's sake.
Exactly. It's not even, Legacy hasn't even come out yet, and the prejudging is out of control.
Right.
I agree.
It's like laughing emojis on every post, or praying that it fails. Why would I want it to fail?
When something new comes out, it doesn't take away stuff that's already been released.
Right.
Those movies are still out there. They're still amazing. They will always be amazing.
Right.
So, we're sad there aren't going to be any more of them. But
we live in a weird
so
world.
So much other stuff coming out. Like, it's just ridiculous.
We live in a weird world, Shaena, where like people are so bent out of shape and so worried and upset about the directors and writers of movies these days, instead of just enjoying what it is. Like,
I don't see any of y'all going to writing school. Just saying, or film school. Do something about it.
Right?
That's just my opinion.
Just saying. Just saying. I mean, no, but you're absolutely right. It's people like these people have no idea how to actually write a movie, and they're complaining about the writing in a movie. Right? So
they can't even get through a comment without.
Hey, Triton. Okay, look, Triton. I get you, man. I get it. Yes, you finish a story before you start telling it. You know what the problem is, though? And here, let me read your other. Superman Legacy ain't even out yet, and the prejudgings are. Oh yeah, absolutely, Mary. What's up, by the way, Mary? I haven't seen you in a while. And you like George Jefferson. You're moving on up. I am. To the east side. To a dealer's apartment in the sky. I used to love the theme song.
I just love that song. Yeah.
But man, the end. It's just like so. Yeah. There's absolutely, man. Okay, I'm going to I haven't seen you as we for interviews. Waiting until after we spent some time together in person. But both really. Did I miss? Yo, Mr. Freak. Oh, we started to know how you're feeling now. You found Shaena. Oops. What was that?
I'll just.
like literally like. All right, sorry about parking lot, but I was just gonna see if there was controversy. I'm glad he came out to address it because people on Twitter just jump on the bandwagon without listening. Yeah, so that was another thing. I did see that, and Mr. Feet. I'm called Mr. Feet for some reason.
That's a.
What's up, Dundo? So no, the what was it? Was it the Superman Legacy? I was just going to talk about. The controversy. So there was a guy who was not officially, apparently, cast in Superman.
Okay. Not officially.
Not officially.
Okay.
But was a, if I remember right, were they trying to say because I can't remember now. I saw the guy's video and like he didn't say exactly what it was. It was either they were trying to say because a guy was it because the guy came out and was pro Palestine. They were trying to say that
Geez.
I can't remember if it was either that he was pro Palestine or it was because he was Jewish. Can anybody like throw that back at me? Because I remember it was one of the two. But there was all this controversy, and people were immediately jumping on James Gunn about it, right? Immediately. And listen, I want to put this out there. If you are upset at James Gunn, he was pro-Palestine. Okay, I knew it was one of those things. But listen, if you don't like James Gunn, because a couple of years ago, all those pictures came out on Twitter of him dressed like a priest, and he had a pedo party and stuff that it was supposed to be like, he had this, they took all these weird pictures and stuff like that because it was a party, it was a themed party, and he's like a priest, and they had like a couple of young girls, dressed up with pigtails and stuff like that. Super creepy. I made videos even back then. That's why Marvel fired him. Understandable. From tweets from like 10 some, now it's like 14 years ago, whatever. Then they did their investigation. The entire cast said, look, that's not who James is. It was a really poorly done in real poor taste, but it wasn't that. So I get it. If you were mad, I'm upset about that. Okay? I'm very upset about that. But on the flip end of that, we don't have any evidence that he's actually engaged in anything like that. He's been through the investigative processes of both Marvel, his crew of people that some of the people on that crew and the actors who were part of it, they went to bat for him, said that they weren't going to even do Guardians 3. The cast said, we will not do Guardians 3 if you don't bring him back. Right? I think that has something to do with it too, Jag, because James Gunn worked for Troma, for God's sake. And if you know anything about Troma, Troma is the king company of like inappropriate humor, I guess you could say, at the very least. They had all these B movies and stuff that are just filled with young girls naked and running around and monsters chasing them and violating them and doing things. It's just, that's where he came from.
What movies are those?
Toxic Avenger 2. Wasn't Troma also like Class of Nukem High? Like it was always like these post-apocalyptic things that were like everybody's like gross and stuff. And it's just weird. But so that's where he came from. So listen, during that time, I'm sure his maturity level, and thank you for bringing that up, Jag, because I think that's a great point. Is that is the industry that he was working in. That was where they weren't. They weren't worried about social norms or anything. They were just pointing out things. So, like, from that perspective, not agreeing with it, not something that I would ever do or participate in, but knowing that background, I can go, it's gross. It is what it is, but it doesn't mean that I'm never going to watch a DC movie again because he is now one of the CEOs of DC.
Right. Okay.
And the thing is, folks, I've said this over and over again, night after night on streams. If you knew everything that your favorite celebrity or singer or director or writer or executive think, say, and do behind the scenes, I I read an article today about Elvis.
Oh yeah.
And listen, Elvis started a relationship with Priscilla when she was 14, 21. And said that they didn't have sex until she was 20.
No, but he groomed her.
That's obviously grooming.
Yeah.
At the least, if she's not lying, it's grooming. It's preparing her. It's what all those things. And the article literally had a picture of Elvis in a car with a young lady, right? And it was asking if he was a womanizer and all these things. These celebrities do things all the time, folks, that are gross things.
Different world.
It's a different world with these rich, powerful people. It doesn't matter that you just like them, okay? And the thing is literally you would have to stop watching everything that you love and literally just sit in your house and do nothing. You can't play any video games because everybody who worked on that video game better be on the up and up, right? They better agree with you politically. They better agree with you socially. They better agree with you on just the easy points, whatever, or else we're going to boycott everything. That's what I'm saying with Superman Legacy. Can we please let the movie come out?
Yes, it's gonna happen.
You know what the worrying part about this stuff is?
That it might not.
Is we always say, oh well, it's gonna come out and we'll judge it then. Batgirl didn't come out. Batgirl got trashed by Warner Brothers and got put in hell, and we're probably never gonna see Batgirl. Which I'm not necessarily like. If it was a bad movie and they didn't think that they could market it, okay. There's a huge controversy right now about the Wile E. Coyote and Acme movie. Right? Because everybody wants them to sell that movie, but they're not going to get $75 million for it probably from a streamer. And so if they destroy it, they at least get $40 million of it back in taxes. I don't know what they have to sell it for, but I'm just saying, like, people don't think about the consequences of stuff.
Yeah.
Like even like we want the air cut, right? We want the air cut of Suicide Squad. I believe, without seeing it, just from hearing David and his passion, that movie is probably fantastic. And I like the theatrical version. So, and who cares about John Williams' music, right, Jag? Like, I mean, come on. I love John Williams' music too, but it doesn't have to be every Superman thing. This Superman thing, what I hope they do with this Superman is make a modern Superman, maybe not too much unlike Cavill's Superman, but with some of those classic elements as well, right? Find a way to use the red trunks. But I know a lot of you out there that just simply because Zack Snyder didn't use red trunks, you all will be like, he better not use red trunks. If he does, oh, that's gun stupid verse, and we just start going off on these stupid things. But literally, Dave, Film Junkie, and I talked about when I was on there a couple of weeks ago on the Vodka stream. They totally overlooked the fact that Zack wanted the trunks. He wanted the trunks. They just had a hard time making it work with that costume. And they made a great costume. I'm looking forward to what the next one is. People complain about David Corenswet. Why would we go off on him when he has been cast in like a dream role, right? I mean, to be Superman, and he looks like Superman. Oh, he looks like Cavill, and Cavill looks like Superman, and David obviously looks like Superman. Of course, they're going to share things. Well, he looks like a younger version. That's great, isn't it? Because right now in the public light, Cavill has been Superman. So if you give them somebody who looks similar, that's a good thing. Well, they should have just got Cavill. No, because it's a different Superman, different story, different universe, different everything. And this is why I say this, because if these same changes were brought about by the people you like, you wouldn't complain.
Not as much.
You wouldn't complain. But you would make excuse and reason why it was a good thing. Stop. If there's something legitimate to complain about the new DCU and about Superman Legacy and about Brave and the Bold, the Batman, fine, we'll talk about it. If next year Legacy comes out and it sucks, oh, believe me, I will be very vocal about it because I want Superman. I want DC films. And I know I'll hear it, oh, yeah, these are real DC fan. No, that's not what I'm saying. I am a fan of DC though, and I'm a huge Superman fan. And anybody who tries to counter that, you're just dumb. Okay, you're just dumb at this point. I have a tattoo on my body of Superman. My son has the exact same tattoo with the word dad underneath it. So my son has tattooed his body because he understands the significance of the character to me and the fact that his middle name is Jor-El. So let it come out. Let it come out. We got to go.
Couple things, though.
Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah.
Futuristic Metropolis, that would be really cool. Yeah. Somebody mentioned that. And also...
As long as they don't get crazy with it like they did in the Batman movies.
Yeah.
Where the city makes no sense.
Sense the way, you know what I mean, like with these roads way up top by, you know, on top of skyscrapers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No.
And then like Millie, I just wanted Millie Alcock. I'm really excited to see Supergirl.
Oh, people are so ticked off that she's Supergirl.
I don't care. I love her. Have they seen House of the Dragon? Probably not, because it's on, what is it, on Stars or HBO or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I adore her, and I'm super excited that there's going to be like a legit. I hope they give, like, she has a big part. I hope that Supergirl gets
by Mike
screen time. That's all.
Yeah, no,
I want Supergirl to get set, because they had what's her face in the Supergirl with the dark hair.
Oh yeah, Sasha Calle.
She was only in the movie for like 5 minutes.
I know, and I get all the people who are like, you know, justice for Sasha. You know, she should have been in it more, and she should be the Supergirl. No, she's going to be now the Supergirl for the DCEU, and unfortunately, that was all she was. But this new girl, it's going to be interesting to see her, how they make her, what they make her outfit, you know, and all those things. I'm interested to see it. I don't know that she's the best. I've never seen her for anything, whatever. But like everyone all of a sudden jumping on the Sasha Calle thing, can I just tell you straight up right now, if you had gone to see Black Adam instead of griping and complaining behind your computer keyboard that a cameo wasn't going to save the DCEU, Sasha Calle may still be your Supergirl.
Is she in Black Adam?
No, she's not in Black Adam, but she's in The Flash,
right? Which
was a DCEU movie, right? And they introduced her there. And if you'd seen the Flash movie, that it's Sasha Calle, she's so awesome and amazing, I love her, and I do. And you know how I can say that? Because I went to the movie. I paid to go see the movie. I've watched it again on streaming. Some of y'all didn't. I'm not going to watch that movie. I'm not going to watch that movie. Oh, this person sucks. That person sucks. Sasha Calle is not Supergirl. And all of a sudden, we love her as Supergirl because you're hypocrites. Because you're hypocrites, and you guys jump from one thing to the next. All right. So let's just be honest with it, right? You're just mad about this whole thing. So you're literally making excuses across the board, and it's not about you actually like Sasha Calle. Stop with that. You guys are acting like you're upset because Supergirl's going to be a blonde with blue eyes?
She is a blonde with blue eyes.
And I say that as somebody I say that as somebody who didn't complain one bit when Sasha Calle was
she's cute.
Dark, black hair, and a person of color. I had no problem with that. So you can't come at me with that. But, like, seriously, you know, and then people are like, we don't need a new Supergirl. We had Melissa Benoist. Melissa Benoist? Yes, she was Supergirl on a TV show that's been gone now for a few years.
Yeah.
Right? Check. Just imagine if the next Supergirl is black. Well, we all know the side of the internet and YouTube that will literally lose their minds if that happened. But anyways, we got to go. But we just wanted to come to you for a few minutes and
rant about Superman.
Now I'm going to have to change the title of this video because it's all about Superman Legacy.
Rants about Superman Legacy.
But can we make arguments in good faith, please, where the arguments are based upon stuff that actually happens, actual movies that are out, where maybe you've read the script. That's even great. Read a script. I don't care. But can we just do something, folks, the right way? So when we make arguments, it's not like we're just pissing in the wind. You know, like we have a point, and we can make clear distinctions of why we don't like something or not. You know, come on. Superman Legacy.
And what is it that you say at the end of every show? Don't tell someone that their fandom doesn't matter.
Right. Don't tell somebody that their fandom doesn't matter, and don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter. But seek to have good conversation. Just chill the F out, okay? And if you do that, there'll always be a place for you. You're in the Poindexter Lounge. All right? That's right. Until next time, stay nerdy, and yes. Who's that? Put me on the lounge. Ted Clubberley. We might do that sometime. You know, I think one of the ways that I'm going to come back is starting to do some call-in shows again, because I think that'll kind of ease our way back into, and also help, I think, with the discussion, getting the discussion on the channel back to what people are talking about, right? Instead of just what I want to talk about, because I haven't been doing movie talk. I still, know what's going on.
I think the call-in is a great idea.
But I think the call-in stuff will be good, and yes, Jag, I will just go out just saying yes. Hashtag, we want Cody. Hashtag The Rock sucks. Hashtag The Rock and Jazz. The Rock and Jazz.
Try again.
I sound like The Rock the other night on SmackDown trying to make a promo. Yeah. Mr. Fumble over your words. Okay. No, but I think The Rock and Josh Gad would make a very interesting couple. Talk about being between a rock and a soft place.
We're done.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Have a good night.